Who that? This me. Podcast. Tune the hell in. I'm Snow. This is Ecstasy.
Who this? This me. Ecstasy. Snow. Tune in, man. This me podcast. Live stream every Tuesday. We're going on the YouTube every Friday. This me podcast on YouTube, on Instagram, DISME, in association with The Hustle, sponsored by Designer Clothing, custom wear. Go get it. IG, all that. Follow this me. You heard?
That's why I reached out. I did the olive branch, obviously through Jonas.
Yeah.
You know, and man, just simple as that, man. I wanted to address a lot of the situations between you and I, because what has been 6 years?
What, since end of 2018?
Yeah,
going into 2019. Yeah, 6 years.
That's what I'm saying. So this stuff it's either they've been brewing, or I just wanted to stop it because, to be honest with you, I thought it was over with already. I thought it was milk water underneath the bridge. But,
I'm gonna speak. I think what sparked it was Buddha said,
yeah. Yeah, he said something.
I was like, here we go with this. I was like, but Frost wanted to, like, man. So being Frosty, he liked to talk a lot. So, so he was like, man, let's get this behind us. So,
hey, hold up. Wait a minute. First of all, I didn't speak on that conversation. I literally was just like, okay. So I saw that. I was like, okay. So this shit's still going. So I was like, man, listen, I'm going to try to figure this shit out. And I reached out to Jonas. I was like, look, reach out to Adam, holler at him, figure out what we can put this either behind us or we got to move forward or do whatever. Cause you're a grown ass man. I'm a grown ass man. I ain't got time for no BS drama shit. You know what I'm saying? So
really funny too, because with the whole Buddha thing, when I kind of broke everything down, he was like, man, I probably shouldn't even said it how I said it. And I was like, yeah, I know, but it was funny, obviously, because I laughed at that. But it's not because I always thought about too, if I ever ran into Frost, it's nothing that serious. It's never been that serious. I just felt like I got done dirty and he was my good buddy, and that's where it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's definitely, never wish bad upon him. And that's why I wanted to come out too, because I don't want any bad blood out there.
For sure.
You know what I mean? I'm chasing the music. Frost has always been deep in it. Like you said, man, I don't think enough people come together. And that's why you see some of these other cities that are very successful, because they do come together. And, man, I just don't want no bad blood out there in the air.
Yeah. And the thing, man, whatever happened between you and I, even with the last spurt that happened, I feel like both of us never really got to speak on it. And our people, that was obviously between us, spoke about it, ran with it, and did what they wanted with it. So it's in my personal opinion, I was like, man, look, I deep down, I wanted you to know that I always had your best interest at heart. You know what I'm saying? With your rebranding of Roswell, you know what I'm saying? And I know the wording that I used at that time, you know what I'm saying? With the $100 and stuff like that went missing. That's the story, and I'm going to say this again, but I never stole no money from you. You know what I'm saying? And that's just me to you, motto to motto. And the thing is, man, after years and years went by, and the trials and tribulations with you and your camp, my camp, I just didn't want to talk about it no more, because I was like, bro, it's $100. And me and Adam's friendship at the time,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying, we were running and gunning for how many shows and how many things?
A long time.
Yeah.
It was, for a second there, it was Cincinnati, and then up to Omaha, and then, all the local shows, and just, constant moving. The fucking 10 Spot show, probably one of the dopest shows I've ever done. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Which was kind of sad that whole thing crashed, because that was a really good concept, and you just got some shitty people in this world. So
yeah,
that sucks, man.
Hey, real quick, let me interject. I know Ecstasy is here. I'm just on the side.
Mr. So Heavy, baby.
My peoples, you know what I'm saying? We doing this for them. But let's do this real quick. Let's give a little backstory, on you and Roswell, because a lot of people that's gonna tune in don't even know what we talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Some of us are privy to that information, but explain like the meeting, what y'all, what was going on with y'all.
I mean, shit. We take it all back to what, like 2011,
Nah, more like 2010.
2010.
Yeah.
I think that's when I met Jonas, and then met you through Jonas and Luck Kennedy. I think I went over to Luck's house, and you showed up, and that's where we started kicking it.
I met you through Chris.
Or is
Crazy
it
Chris, Lil Chris.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking we made that connection. Yeah. I thought we made that connection afterwards.
Nah, like the thing.
So do we?
I'm like,
The thing is, bro, like you were running with Phil and John.
Yeah,
with the villains, and like Chris. I started playing it simple, the little label that I was doing. And,
That's right.
Yeah, and then like Chris is like, yeah, you got to get with these dudes, man. Like they go to my school, blah blah blah. He goes, all three of them be doing their thing, but like the bigger one, you got to pay attention to him because he's dope, he's talented, And then I was messing with Luck, and then I ran into I was at his house doing something, and then me and you were outside, about to go and meet him and whatnot while we were leaving to go do whatever,
right?
And I was like, damn, that was Goblin and everything, and then you guys, we all started kicking it that summer.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? With Phil, Dre, you know what I'm saying? Everybody was at their house. You're like, man, like you came out with green and yellow. Or
green and purple.
Sorry,
yeah.
fault.
When everybody was remixing black and yellow, that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
And had to do the stoner remix.
Yeah. Well, right. And then literally like 2 months after that, you did Doing What I'm Doing with Sane and him.
Yeah, that was sick.
Yeah. Sane.
This guy's saying he did the hook. He used to do stuff with Tim back in the Track 5 days.
No.
You always thought that was me?
Yeah, bro.
Oh, shit. You give me way too much credit.
I was doing performed it. Whose show was it? Was it Big Crit or who was it?
No. It was Chris Webby. Chris Webby show had me come out. Yeah, that was
see, that's crazy.
Yeah, that was a pivotal moment. You know what I mean? Because when you're a new artist and it's like the Granada, I mean, that's well known in Lawrence. And every time I've ever like talked about my journey, like I always try to shout you out because here's a couple little white boys from Olathe, and you just took us under the wing and really kind of taught us the game and the do's and don'ts. And, I've always been appreciative of that. And that's why even like when you reached out, and I was like, I'll come out. Like, it's not that serious. You know what I mean? But, we got a lot of shit still to accomplish. You know what I mean? So I think the more weapons, the better. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to hinder myself in any way, have any bad blood. Life's too short for that.
It's definitely too short for that. Amen, bro. And I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, that's what, I mean, the backstory to it really, man, is like, he was doing the thing as like Goblin and, Venom and Sandman. And like, I went to your, I wasn't at the Chris Webby show, but like, we were obviously kicking it. We were linking it and stuff like that. So I was like, all right, boom. And then you took the hiatus because you're doing the stuff with Track 5.
Yeah.
And Rob and all of them and stuff like that. And you're doing all that stuff. And then I don't know what happened. You took like the hiatus and you're like, yo, I'm rebranding and I'm going to go by Roswell Ville. You know, like I'm going to shorten villain. I'm going to make it,
the mysterious villain. And that was like, I mean, you got to think that was like 2013 to 2017. I didn't really did too much, here and there. And then I think that's when you called me. Yeah, Frost called me up and I just was in kind of that like mood in your life where you're just like feel stagnant. And he was like, dude, if you really want to rebrand and do this, let's fucking do it right. And I was like, game. And then that's when everything started rolling. And it really didn't even stop until it stopped. You know what I mean? I mean, it was
no, for real. It did, bro. Like we were, like, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I said, man, like, in all honesty, man, like with the $100 and stuff like that thing that happened, like, bro, like my interest with you was like wholeheartedly like, hey, man, like I wanted to give you everything that you could do as an artist. You know what I'm saying? Cause I mean, you even, bro, when we went to Summer Jam 3,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like me and Phil went, you know what I'm saying? And you didn't get to go or you were doing something.
I was working or something. Yeah.
And like I met Brother Lin Chung, and you were like that whole summer. You're like, what you met Brother Lin Chung? Blah, 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 blah.
Super Jelly, man. That's like on my Mount Rushmore. Him, Too Short, and Tech 9.
Yeah. So like, you know what I'm saying? And I sat there and I saw that, so I was like, look, man. And then when you were like, yo, I'm gonna rebrand myself. I'm gonna go as Roswell Ville. I'm like, yo, like, who do you want to do features with? Who do you want to, work with? And he's like, I mean, bro, I always wanted Brother Lynch, and I'm like, then let's do it. You know what I'm saying? And I reached out and I bothered that dude. I bothered that dude so they must have just put a grr in the damn verse.
Oh yeah, dude, it was, yeah.
To be continued, don't forget to like and subscribe.